Maokai seemed like a bit bigger part of the front line that was a bit more troublesome. So we'll see how Team Liquid handle that top lane, because the top lane has not shown up in the ban phase at all here. Both Ekko and Maokai still available, and probably one of the two at least will be chosen.
Yeah, we'll see now that Team Liquid have blue side if they decide to go for it. Now, the junglers have not been touched yet. This is going to show Team Liquid's hands most of all. Do they ban that Maokai? Do they ban away Kindred or Nidalee? In fact, it's Karma.
So now, yeah, now you probably don't ban away the Nidalee or Kindred, because Envy will be looking to take whichever one Liquid do not take on the backside, you know, or nobody early rounds those champions. But yeah, Karma's not going to be there. That support ban is interesting because I was expecting a Zyra ban once again to come through, but that might be the one that's switched out here. And it is going to be the first pick Kindred. Yeah, they're going to insta-lock that one in as it's given over to them by Envy. I think Envy are going to trade for this. Maybe Hakuho's put some time in and would like to take that Zyra. We shall see, though.
Yeah, it's up to Envy now picking. They've got very open, and yes, it is Zyra locked in, and the Lucian taken away from Piglet. That Maokai untouched, and it seems like Envy are okay with that.
Yeah, and we've seen, you know, Envy can play early-oriented style as well. LOD on the Lucian plus Zyra. If you get snared by the plants, there's a lot of offensive capabilities in that duo lane. And I'm assuming that it is a support Zyra, but there's a possibility that Ninja takes it mid lane. It's a small possibility, but it's there.
Well, she is a little bit stronger after her rework, so we'll see how they decide to pivot around this. Now Team Liquid looking to answer. Are they going to go for those AD carries or once again show that mid lane nice and early? Instead, it looks like Alistar is being covered by Matt, and the Ekko locked in once again.
This is pretty good, actually, for Team Liquid. I feel like having Matt on, you know, a big playmaker like this on Alistar has been, you know, when they've had a lot of success. You know, when he's the one who's able to make a call, hey, we're going in now, he can actually initiate it himself. This could enable some more proactive plays from Team Liquid. It is always kind of scary, though, to go for those initiations onto a team that has Zyra, counter initiation queen. Snare you up inside, get the ult off. Oh, plus Lissandra being added onto it here. I think they'll lock this one in. It's probably not just a hover. Ninja very happy to play that one again.
Some very strong picks out of Envy as Ninja once again goes for the CC-oriented mid laner. And Graves locked in for Procxin. This is starting to look a lot like what we saw from them last night, where the trio of Ninja, Procxin, and Seraph just dove top lane over and over again.
Yeah, and plus both Lucian and Graves kind of want to play a similar style. They're mid-range. They're going to be dashing forward. They want, you know, Black Cleaver shredding on everybody. And then the Zyra and Lissandra control mage is going to try and lock people down for them. Meanwhile, you know, on the Team Liquid side, obviously, they're going to have the Kindred as their biggest component of power right now. We'll see how well Lourlo can do on this Ekko this time around as well. Obviously, they got off to a really bad start with the gank being turned around on him and first blood going over to Seraph. So he gets another try at the Ekko this time around. Let's see if he can.
And Team Liquid now looking for their mid lane. It's going to be LeBlanc locked in for FeniX. And Piglet going to that Ezreal. We talked about it a little bit during the last Champions League, but this time we actually get to see it. So now, save that final pick for the guy who got player of the game in the previous game, Seraph in the top lane. Maokai's still open.
Yeah, I mean, Maokai's open. That could, you know, round out the team fighting for them. Or they could opt for the Seraph split push. He's very invested in that playstyle. Ekko is not really one that has a lot of weaknesses, though. So Ekko's pretty happy taking any kind of 1-versus-1 matchups that you look for. But, you know, the Trundle's there for him. It's a possibility they could set that one up with. Oh, nice!
And the switch up at the last second. Kassadin is going to be locked in. And that Lissandra is going to Seraph.
All right. See if we can lock down the Ekko. I want to see how Seraph plays this matchup as well. Let's see. With the Ezreal plus Alistar, maybe there's even a lane swap coming in. But mid lane Kassadin to fight the LeBlanc. That's the main counter pick here. They were able to use the Lissandra, flex pick, and Ninja's going to be able to utilize the Q shield early and often with Kassadin, having to take those trades with LeBlanc and try and get some mid lane control to open up this jungle for Graves.
Yeah, some very confident choices for Envy as they look to seal off this second win. And we're running through the rosters right now. You can see them with those compositions. A little bit more flexibility from Team Liquid this time around. A little bit more aggression. We'll see if they can capitalize as the coaches get ready and shake hands.
Yeah, they do have more possibility for dives now. I would actually like FeniX to change because he was hovering on Ignite in the mid lane with LeBlanc, and we saw the discrepancy in teleports actually be a really big factor for Envy gaining that map advantage.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out. But don't forget to update your Twitter votes. Use the hashtag NVWin or hashtag TLWin to show your support for these teams as we get ready. So too are the players. Envy looking so very strong, and Team Liquid, after a little bit of a shakier game, they're looking to get a lot more aggressive with this dive style. Try to make a little bit more happen this time around.
Yeah, I mean, Alistar, Ekko, even Kindred, you can utilize that ult to open up some possibilities. And it looks like FeniX has changed his second summoner spell. It will be teleport to try and match Ninja here on the Kassadin rather than going for the Ignite. Because Kassadin can play defensively in this matchup very easily. Just constantly you can spam out your Null Sphere, and then you just get mana back with Netherblade constantly. And if you can ever get that melee trade with LeBlanc, then you're sitting very pretty. Kassadin just likes to play in the minions because LeBlanc's going to try and use her range advantage. But if Kassadin plays the early levels well, and his jungler enables him to get to the level 6, this could be sitting in a very happy place.
Yeah, you can see Lourlo dancing around right now as he's ready for this match, but Lourlo is actually going to share his thoughts on facing Envy's solo laners.
I think Seraph and Ninja together just like are pretty powerful like duo because they make plays around the map together and they both are really strong in lanes, so they can like impact other lanes as well. So those two things together make them pretty impactful players.
Definitely looking at early snowball here. They both have the teleports, and we saw the early reactions out of them before. Last game, Ninja was the one teleporting to Seraph to turn that first blood for them and really determine the entire first stages of that game.
And we might be able to see that once again as they've got the aggressive fighters, I should say, with some crowd control with Procxin once again on that Graves that he seems to be so comfortable on. Lane swap is initiated by Envy. This time it's not answered by Team Liquid. And this is going to be LOD coming into lane with all of his summoner spells.
Yay for him. That feels good. Both dual lanes taking Krugs, though. Pretty mirrored starts here for very standard lane swaps right out of the gate. Seraph on Lissandra. You are going to be able to explode her Q, try and get those minions. He's able to get 2 of them, both of them actually snagging 2 before running away. He might take some damage here, but Lourlo should be able to just walk away fine. Yeah, no problem there. And both top laners now to go join their junglers in the... Oh,
Hey.
Matt takes 20.
Just a bit of experience there. And he's going to continue to turn around undaunted as the junglers invade. Matt's actually going to go pretty deep onto this.
Yeah, you don't have to be as worried because Lissandra's just going to sit there as level... Ooh, can Matt have the burst? No, Procxin's got his smite. No problem, and they will continue. FeniX actually going really aggressive, trying to get those charges. In these trades, it's so important to start chugging your Corruption Potion as you start the trade so you can get the extra damage when you're firing back. Kassadin only has that one opportunity. You have to have it chugging while your Null Sphere goes out so that you can get the extra burn there. Otherwise, LeBlanc is going to continue that shove, get you under turret, and this is how she tries to get a CS lead early on. You know, the early levels is where she tries to take advantage of the range advantage. As long as Kassadin's able to CS decently in this stage, feels very, very good about transitioning to post-6 level.
And he's got a really big minion wave building up right now that he should be able to catch rather healthily. Moon is going to secure that Scuttle Crab before he catches up with the rest of his team to look for that tier 1 shove as the rest of Team Liquid in the bottom lane, Envy in the top, doing the same thing.
Yep, very standard here for both sides on the lane swap. Doesn't look like anybody's too far ahead either. Both going to kill it on the same minion wave. And Envy's actually not going to be able to bounce this. Look, this is going to go down very quickly. So Seraph's going to probably try and shove another wave. Let's see if he decides to go all the way into turret, because you really, if you go for this, you got to get it into the second turret to try and have those minions die. Piglet's going back to try and catch them now. Whereas Lourlo does get the freeze for Team Liquid, so he's happy about that one. And there, it should be easy for Lissandra.
He's sitting on it.
Oh!
Hey, got the cannon.
Good enough.
He was waiting.
All right. Piglet got there in time for the experience, and actually 2 gold. Or 2 minions worth of gold. Mid lane gank.
Procxin. Oh,
Got him.
the stereotypical, wow, LeBlanc gank actually pops her passive there.
Yeah, not too big of a deal, actually. You know, cooldown's pretty low on that early on, and don't see a lot of aggression coming out too early, so FeniX should be just fine. Plus, he can collect all these minions. You know, he's got his minion lead in the Kassadin matchups, as he should have it early from the extra range advantage. But Ninja's getting to that post-level 6 world pretty quickly.
Currently level 5 on this recall. He actually picks up the Dark Seal for more sustained boots and a Ruby Crystal, so looking to sustain in that lane. Not going to teleport back in. Decides to head back, and Envy once again looking for the quick turret trade. They send themselves bottom, and Team Liquid doing the same top. Lourlo's going to be a bit late.
Yeah, maybe a 2-second lead for Envy right now in the lane swap manifesting itself. But look at Zyra's plants, tanking tower shots, making sure that they can increase that 2-second lead to maybe 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Piglet, though, on the Ezreal. Essence Flux going to speed up attack speed for everybody as well. They're going to be actually more than a few seconds behind on this turret kill. So that means there probably won't be much of a move there. Let's see if Envy can actually get this one down into the second turret as well. And these minute little things where they have the pressure, yeah, they never try and bounce. They always just try and continue to shove into second turret. And it's going to open up an opportunity for Dragon. Looks like there's no counterplay here from Team Liquid because Envy were so much quicker on that tower take. And 3 tower shots from the Zyra plants is actually fairly significant. Meanwhile, though, Lourlo does get his freeze on the top side.
That's going to be the first Dragon of the game now going down to Team Envy as Lourlo, as you mentioned, gets his freeze, so he should be able to catch some minions there. 4 tier 1 turrets down, 7 minutes into the game. Now everyone is going to head back towards their native environment. LOD and Hakuho heading bottom to catch up with Piglet and Matt.
All right, so let's touch on this a little bit more because it's so calm right now. Nobody's really getting excited about that dragon being taken, but the Ocean Drake is actually the best early game Drake. All right, Ninja post level 6 going in.
Yeah, FeniX forced to flash as Procxin burns his own. And
All
suddenly
right.
there's 4 members of Envy in the mid lane.
So Infernal Drake, obviously you would always rather have that, but Ocean Drake is so good in the early game because of the amount of regeneration it gives. If you just look at what the old Chalice of Harmony used to give, 2% of your missing mana, people paid 700 gold for that passive if you take out the base stats of the item on there. And Ocean Drake gives that, yes, only 8 seconds out of combat, which is the big nerf that it got and why it's not as highly valued, but it switches back and forth between mana and health. Ninja's, yeah, he's casting, he can just jump out of that. Anyways, in the early game, it's huge, especially for junglers, because you don't come into combat with champions very often as a jungler, and enables you to sustain so well. Whoa, he's actually going down!
Gosh,
Moon off
Moon!
screen. All right, we'll take another look at that because he's casting in. He's not okay. Had to use the flash, and he still goes down. Moon comes up huge. Whoa,
Wow.
yeah, we need to revisit that. What happened?
Yeah. Moon just says, hey, you guys thought Dardoch was aggressive. How about this?
All right, the Kindred pick getting the first blood is very big for them. Matt actually waiting around the
Oh,
corner.
the flash knockup. He's going to find LOD. Flashes back, doesn't make it over the wall.
Moon's
LOD's
low.
caught, but FeniX misses the binding. And this is now LOD on top of the respite. Moon is in the front line. He goes down as Ninja gets revenge. And there goes a chase from Seraph. He snares 3, stuns another. Piglet's low. He's going to go down. The cleanup from Envy.
Revenge in a very big way. Team Liquid get a little bit overhyped there after that first blood kill. And they're not able to finish off LOD before Moon has to use his Lamb's Respite. He wanted to save himself, but they didn't get the kill on LOD first, and so he stays up. Kassadin still has teleport. Ninja gets to come back and gets a revenge for himself, and they actually take the lead off of this play. All right, so there it is. They go in. Moon actually uses the mark on Zyra instead of Lucian. He didn't get 3 hits off anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered, but man, yeah, LOD survives. Moon goes down anyway, so it's the worst of all worlds for Team Liquid. And a huge cleanup. Kassadin now gonna be snowballing. This is great news for Envy fans, but heartbreaking for Team Liquid.
Yeah, a little overzealous there, and they ended up paying quite the price for it. 10 minutes in. It's only 1,000 gold in favor of Envy, but as you mentioned, they do have that early game stacking dragon, so.
And all of the kills went on their solo laners. The Kassadin gets snowballing early. Both these guys are building into Rod of Ages. That's going to boost the snowballing there. They're going to start stacking even quicker. And a lot of playmaking ability. Now, Team Envy just want to sort of wait and play a bit more cautiously while FeniX has teleport advantage. They just have to worry about this LeBlanc, especially Zyra. For many seasons, Zyra has been a prime target for mid lane LeBlanc players. Zyra does put out a lot of damage, but the defense is definitely not there for her.
And the worst was being that Zyra, and the best thing you could do was, oh, well, I have my passive.
Now you can't even do that!
Yeah, it's gone!
Rough.
We're making that matchup feel even better now. As Team Liquid try to reset and recuperate after that. Again, those tier 1 turrets are still gone, so this is opening up Ninja to get a lot of free time in a solo lane of his own, while LOD and Hakuho, relatively safe for now, just going to continue farming up and shoving in this mid lane. And Piglet's actually called over to help catch some of these minions.
Yep, they've already got deep pink wards in as well. Seraph actually going to get tagged here. The Kindred's coming in, but so are reinforcements, so he feels just fine to continue to shove it up. And Envy just hold on to their map control. 2 outer turrets down here. Actually, all 3. Oh, Hakuho, that's going to give away that you have a pink ward in there, but it's worth. They're able to take down that green as everybody circles around mid lane. They want to crack this last outer.
Ooh, Seraph was looking for one, but didn't find it. Piglet, once again, taking some harass under the turret. As now it's Envy running the game. Ping's now going down onto that Scuttle Crab.
Ooh, he's doomed!
Yeah, I thought it was going to be the Rift Herald. I was like, oh, they're going for... No, that's just the...
Did you know Rift Herald used to be a Scuttle Crab? He was corrupted by the evil powers emanating from Baron's Pit. It's the only bit of lore I've read in the last year. Scuttle Crab knowledge, boys. Oh, and it comes to effect here. Look at that. It's pertinent information. Current events right now going on. Scuttle Crab, evil Scuttle Crab, basically, is going down to Envy. And we actually see it taken so rarely. It's mostly by teams that are just so far ahead, they don't have a lot left to do, and so they're just going to take it because it is there. But it is a significant buff. All right, so Lourlo is actually going to try and make him pay for it. Seraph might be the one to actually pay that cost.
Oh, no claw, and he gets shut down by Moon.
All right, so they bought that buff with the life of their top laner. Seraph goes down. Procxin will enjoy some corruption bonus damage onto jungle minions because it does charge up when you're away from enemy champions or your own teammate champions, and that happens very often with junglers.
So Seraph has just purchased the GLP 800.
Big fan. Teleport actually
Hakuho.
Available for him as well. He does use it, but Hakuho's already dead.
It's an in a bit late. Seraph trying to get in there, locks down Moon. They killed him before he could drop the respite. Matt follows. It's a 1-for-2 trade, about to become 3 as, whoa, Lourlo makes it back to the far lane.
Yeah, the old Ekko.
The panic button.
Oh, right back out. Yep, don't want to be there anymore as 2 people got annihilated. Plus another kill on the Kassadin. Dream opening here for Ninja, except for that, wrinkle where he gave up first blood and died. We didn't even see how that happened, so everybody's starting to forget about that. Really what they're focused on, 3 kills for him. Rod's been stacking. He's got 7 stacks on his Dark Seal, by the way. I actually think he's going to turn that into the Medjais, and it will be very potent. Anyways, Zyra, the most important thing you can do after you die, get your ultimate off first. He does get the delay. And Seraph, man, the confidence there to go for the flash ult and that they have the damage to finish him off before the Kindred can answer. They just barely got Moon before he got out of that CC and was going to try and spam Lamb's Respite, but doesn't get it off. Envy take a very decisive Dragon number 2 here. The second Ocean Drake, much less valuable because it does fall off as the game progresses because they're just going to try and fight champions a lot more often. And at this stage in the game, you really want those running from the mountains, obviously.
So Hakuho, you can see at half health. He did have to flash during that replay. FeniX found him and said, oh, I remember this matchup, LeBlanc versus Zyra.
All right, well, half health and no flash now.
Oh, and FeniX!
Oh, he missed. That still got him
the corrupting!
Wait, what?
Oh, the corrupting potion on FeniX didn't burn through Hakuho's health.
Hakuho, uncorruptible. He survives. This tiny burn from the corruption potion isn't enough. Woo! Heartbreaker there again. Play after play here for Team Liquid. They just can't catch a break.
Yeah, so very close, but Envy continuing to stack up now as they've got Ninja getting bigger and bigger as this game goes on. Next dragon looks to be an air dragon as that spawns, so we'll see if Envy continue to prioritize this as Procxin cleans up his red buff. Gonna clear out some vision as well. Ninja now finally catches up with LOD in the mid lane just to get a bit of damage onto the tier 1. They're not quite able to drop it down just yet.
Once again, though, Team Liquid, they're playing on the back foot. They have to play defensively. Now they have to concentrate on defensive warding. They have to wait around for the other team to make mistakes again. This is not where they wanted to be. After last game, they really wanted to take a proactive approach, but all these kills early for Envy means they have complete control. Zone them off with the culling so you easily finish off that turret. And that's going to be Envy going back to purchase, refill their... oh wait, they don't even have a... yes, they do. Scuttle Crab control for them as well. Yeah, pretty much control of the entire map.
Yeah. Very slow game for Envy as they look to expand their advantage. I mean, in game number 1, they were really taking their time with it, but this time around, they're much more comfortable making aggressive plays.
Yeah, and I mean, Team Liquid, there's not a lot of opportunity for them to make a pick. You know, LeBlanc first is something you can hope for to try and get back into the game, but there's so many wards here for Envy all across the map, through mid lane even. They're keeping track of FeniX this entire time. We just saw before, even when he did get the repeat attempt on Hakuho without flash, still wasn't able to take it down. So there are very few options here. And at the moment, Team Liquid just trying to farm and hold on, you know, hope for an Envy poor dive. FeniX there, showing you still have to respect the burst.
Yeah. That Abyssal Scepter doing some serious work for him. As Hakuho catches up in the mid lane for a few minions, and Ninja happily going to receive those. Once again, Piglet opening up with a CS lead over LOD, but if the game goes another 50 minutes, that CS lead isn't going to matter once again, so we'll see how Team Liquid decide to play that one out.
Yeah. It already almost doesn't even matter with the 4 extra... Ooh. Seraph starting something off by himself, and a very, very scared Lourlo flashes early. He doesn't have a lot of vision coverage, but playing it extremely safe there.
Yeah. Ninja did have his teleport.
It's actually a very big cooldown for Ekko because people really underestimate the stuns that you can get with parallel convergence. Often they're super difficult to land. Flash makes it a lot better. Oh, Piglet taking fire, though.
Oh, the culling isn't quite enough to shred through.
They got to run, though. Everybody's converging. This Kassadin is on the way. He's stacking Rift Walk as well.
He's at about half health, but that's more than enough to kill that squishy Ezreal. Matt trying to catch it. Looks like this is where Team Liquid are going to make their stand.
Cornered.
Backs against the wall. Seraph, he has his flash. Let's see if he decides to go in. There he goes. He finally catches up. Immediately the respite gets dropped and Seraph gets knocked out. It's 5 versus 5 right now as Envy set up the battle lines, force the summoners out. Seems like they decide to back off.
Huh. Okay. Well, Team Liquid, very early Lamb's Respite. They do back off. That's what they wanted. They wanted to disengage there, and they are able to escape with their lives. Plus, some of the ward coverage is timing out. The pink wards are still providing a very secure line here, though, as FeniX was seen entering their jungle, so they know he's somewhere around there. There's only 2 brush that he could be waiting with.
19 minutes in, this dragon is about to spawn once again. This is about to become an air drake, cloud drake. So we'll see which team ends up taking that one.
Air.
Yeah, there is a lot of vision right now around the pit for Team Liquid, but once again, Envy are already in the area, and after a fresh recall, they've got pink stocked up.
Yeah, this is one of those classic drakes where everyone's like, okay, it's just an air drake. No way are we fighting over this for Team Liquid. And Envy are like, are you sure? Huh? You want to come fish around? Matt's actually coming around. Team Liquid are going to contest this air drake, or at least position accordingly.
Yeah, there's no Lamb's Respite.
Smite fight, maybe?
Procxin is going to secure it. Seraph zones away in the front as Parallel Convergence keeps Envy back, and looks like they're going to trade this mid-tier 1 turret for that third Drake.
Well, I think they could have been pushing mid a lot earlier. So this turret's at full health, and Envy are very happy to collapse on it and try and take this fight, actually. So I don't think you even get the turret.
Oh, seems like they're set to collapse. Seraph goes in a bit too far. He's forced to ult himself. Ninja cleans up Matt, and Seraph backs away while LOD looks for Moon. There's no respite here as LOD chases him down. The rest of Liquid take a lot of damage. It's a 1-for-1 trade as the support goes down, shut down by FeniX. And LOD, oh, he's still chasing, but can't quite catch up.
Woohoo! Ninja there trying to keep the chase alive and actually does trade, but very risky move there from Kassadin because no one else could follow up with damage, so he was just going for the slow to hope that everyone else could get in range, but all flashes blown except for Hakuho to try and follow up on that, and they do end up getting their secondary turret.
Yeah. That ends up being a 1-for-1 trade when it's all said and done, but that tier 2 has been dropped only 20 minutes in.
Yeah, so let's look at this questionable re-engage on the Lissandra. This is kind of the same thing I talked about before, where Seraph made a very aggressive move to all in the Kindred and try and burst Kindred down within a CC combo so he can't get the ult off, the life-saving ult. Same thing here from Team Liquid. They tried to do that move on Lissandra, but Seraph got it off. They weren't able to finish him off. And if Lissandra gets that off, plus now she has the added healing with the ultimate, so everything goes poor for them there. It's a very risky turn to make on a Lissandra like that. But the costs, I mean, you're already so far behind. Maybe that's why they have increased acceptance for risk here from Team Liquid on their decision making for whether or not to make these plays.
Yeah, this really has been a game of inches for them, and every time it's coming up Envy. 3 Drakes now, 21.5 minutes in. They're up 5,000 gold by taking all of these turrets and just securing the outside of the map. The solo lanes for Envy looking so very strong.
Yeah, it started out pretty well for Team Liquid. They're so happy to get their first blood. But again, they got a little bit anxious. And this is another story where Envy, even after an early hiccup in the game, they strike back very quickly. They're able to stay calm, and man, have they taken over.
Yeah, Matt on that playmaking Alistar, not quite able to do as much as he'd like this time.
Now there are so many options. Envy, they can 1-3-1. They've got 2 of these playmaking teleport mages that they can send wherever they want. Team Liquid don't really have someone that's going to pick you off and solo you. Maybe if FeniX has Fog of War and he's got someone with him, then you have to be really scary. A red buff on Ezreal is intimidating, but they don't pressure it. There's not a lot of extra vision for Team Liquid. They don't feel like going too hard on that bottom lane.
There, Envy right now, clearing out vision around that Baron buff. Seraph was waiting over in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think they just need to keep up the 1-3-1 pressure. They could slowly move up these ward lines. You see there's a lot of pink wards actually standing for Team Liquid in contested area. Those are ones that Envy can try and move up to. They can press up to try and take that down. If you take down that line of comfort, then it becomes so much easier to bait the Baron. Right now they are doing the 3-1-1, basically same strategy, and trying to move in to clean this up. A lot of wards being spent around Baron, so they can try and transition over to bait that and use the Lissandra to set something up. It's also very scary to face check a Zyra team.
Oh, True Shot Barrage is going to find Hakuho. As once again, the vision game is the setup for the two. Ninja splitting on the far side with Teleport. He's going to be caught by Lourlo.
Lourlo's able to get the stun off, but
And he's actually going to chase this down. Who's stickier, a Kassadin or an Ekko?
an Ekko.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely. Ninja can get away, but definitely takes a beating. He's actually happy to take that. All in all, Lourlo lost some minions on the turret. Ninja not really scared of dying to the chase of the Ekko. And actually just takes that beating for some minions dying.
24 minutes in, Envy are allowed to play the game that they want, taking it slow, setting up vision, taking their time, and just waiting for Team Liquid to make a mistake. And time
Well,
again.
Really, I think it's Team Liquid who are the ones waiting, because they're behind. They're the ones that have to play defensively. They don't really have options open to them, right? Envy do pretty much have the entire map, so they should be the ones looking for the proactive plays. Like we said, try and pressure. You've got the two mages, very powerful right now, plus they both have their teleports. So if you gain that map control and try and clear out some of these pink wards that are actually sticking really well for Team Liquid, then you can force more of these vision-oriented plays, these fog of war plays where you try and pressure them, you try and collapse in with a Seraph teleport, Lissandra locks people down, and you get your fight. But that being said, Envy, they don't really have a true tank for the front line. They rely on this crowd control. They rely on these invulnerabilities from Lissandra to actually hold front line zone control. Team Liquid are going to force at the mid turret.
Yeah, clear out the minion wave, make sure that thing is safe for now. As Team Liquid back away, they've got vision. Dragons up in 10 seconds. Moon's already on that side, but Envy are playing to the other side, feigning a Baron. If you guys take your first dragon, we'll take that Baron.
Yeah, and that dragon is just a wind Drake, by the way. So that's why Envy aren't putting a lot of stock into that side of the map. They don't really care too much about that Drake. Ooh, Seraph Claw down, so the initiation actually not there, and Team Liquid can take that opportunity, knowing Claw's down. Ooh. Oh, he flashed, and they still got him. Nice follow-up there from Piglet to get the snipe.
It's the 1-2 combo, and with it, they're able to take down Hakuho and that tier 1 turret. Now Ninja's looking for a flank. Instead, decides to group up with his team and clear out these minions. Lourlo, though, is still split pushing on that bottom side.
Yeah, so that should probably be the win Drake. I don't even know if they want to spend time taking it, though, because Envy are actually threatening the Baron. Yeah, good scrying orb there from Team Liquid. They're so far behind, they have 4 scrying orbs, even after the nerfs. But they get collapsed under the turret. Matt has no ultimate too, by the way. They still have numbers advantage, though, because Lourlo's ready with teleport, and he's actually walking over.
Turret's still going to go down for Envy. That ties it up a bit. Still a 3,000 gold lead for Team Liquid. But Team Liquid are clawing their way back in.
Crucial push there from Team Liquid. They do have the tank front line. If they can just get some money funneled in there, try and get Lourlo to catch back up on this Ekko, even up, or at least get some extra money to try and deal with this CS disadvantage. Because Envy right now, they were just waiting on, Zhonya's completions. Kassadin's already got Zhonya's completed, and Lissandra will have one soon, so there are a lot of opportunities for Envy to go for some of these deep plays with the double mages. Meanwhile, they do have the Locket of the Iron Solari already. Matt's rushed that correctly after the early start. It's a double AP plus a basically triple AP, with Zyra support being one of the most fearsome AP supports and sources of damage that are in the game at the moment. Definitely need your magic resist if you're on Team Liquid.
Team Liquid, once again, trying to contest Envy's vision. Lourlo down about 50 CS, but still keeping pace in this game as FeniX is doing rather well for himself up in CS. Pretty moderate amount of kills as well. Solo lanes for Liquid are feeling strong, and in fact, the Baron now is going to be started out by Envy.
So while you can use invulnerabilities, okay, here come the teleports. Never mind, we got action.
Yeah, Seraph goes way too deep. He's caught out. Lourlo is going to pop back. Seraph is going to be knocked up. Let's see if he will be able to keep himself alive. They drop Matt before he gets a chance to do anything. Envy clean up one with the double teleport.
Oh, Seraph actually in the mid lane is going to have to back off. He's very low. He still does have his ultimate, though. He held on to that one. I believe he still has his Zhonya's active as well. So very calm in the face of a blinking red health bar for himself. They do get their pick, but it's just the support and the lowest level. Level 9, you get right back out onto the field really quickly. So Matt is upright, and that was the teleports used from both Seraph and Lourlo. Now it's just going to be Ninja to try and pressure side lanes now. I think you return to that strategy, though. You have Ninja pressure the side lane, go over to Baron, clear out that vision once again. Face checking into Zyra Lissandra is very scary. There's plenty of damage for them to follow up on that CC as well. The only thing for Envy is that they don't have that true tank, as we said. You can use these invulnerabilities of Lissandra to try and create zones in a team fight, similar to what a tank does, but you can't tank Baron with those.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get hit with acid.
Very important for Envy to play that out correctly, and so far Team Liquid have not let them. Constantly fight over the vision, constantly dropping those pink wards.
Oh! Matt constantly dying.
Yeah.
The cow is down. And he'll get back up, but it's going to be 25 seconds.
Ninja is going to dash forward. He looks for Moon. They're able to lock him down. He actually gets out and is able to pop his Lamb's Respite, but Flash is even going to be used. Not quite sure if that was some value, but 5v3 right now. Envy pulled the trigger on this Baron.
Yeah, this is all Envy. This is a very desperate play from Team Liquid. They're just going to go Hail Mary.
Lourlo hops in. Ninja and Seraph get out. Hakuho is going to drop on the far side as FeniX goes a bit too far. He's going to drive. Lourlo's over the wall. He still has the relocation. Let's see if he can get back in. No, he decides to let it go. They get one kill at a cost of 1, but that's Baron to Team Envy.
Yeah, Team Liquid, basically, you could just smell the desperation on them there. They're like, you know what? We've been taking a beating all game long. We're going to go for this Miracle Baron steal. They don't quite get it. They did take down the support. Small moral victory for them there, I guess. But Matt, man, he just gets annihilated. His ultimate's not up because he just died so quickly in the last time. And then the second pick there, that's the teleport we talked about on Kassadin, still up with the home guard. So Ninja comes in, and as you know, the story ends with, yes, they kill Hakuho, but Envy happy to sacrifice him to Baron Nashor for his buff. Ninja actually had, I wish we would have kept the camera down there because that looked like a more interesting 1v1 with Piglet and Ninja. The Kassadin Ezreal 1v1 actually does involve a lot of skill shot dodging.
Yeah, flash out of the Zonias and Rift Walk onto Ezreal's face.
5-on-5 at this point is just not a fair fight, so one-on-one's maybe a little bit more interesting to watch.
A little more balanced. Dragon number 4 now going to be taken by Envy. This is another Cloud Drake. That's 30 bonus move speed to Envy on top of that regeneration.
Yeah. Unlucky, though, all of these dragons that Envy have got only help you out of combat. And they want nothing more than to be in combat. Yes, that move speed out of combat will help them get into it, maybe. Hopefully, they can speed into some engagements, I guess. But yeah, really, the hardest part of the game still left for them, I guess. Cracking inhibitor turret line. Many a team have failed before.
Well, they do have the Baron buff for now, and Seraph has teleport, so they're actually trying to see if they can sneak their way back and pick off a valuable target as Ninja's bottom. True Shot Barrage says, hey, I see you guys, Envy. We've got vision of the jungle.
I would actually encourage Envy to split up more, to utilize these Baron buffs to push more sides. Especially since Seraph does have his teleport.
Yeah.
And he actually is going over there to do that. So they make the call, like, you know what? We're not getting anything done grouping up here. And Seraph does move over. Good job realizing that.
You might actually be able to get this. Here comes Moon. Clears out a couple of the minions. Actually, most of the members of Team Liquid. That's going to leave the tier 2 undefended down bottom and Envy collapse on.
Yeah, good push and pull here from Envy. There's actually a huge minion wave on top turret as well. If Seraph wanted to go buff up that minion wave, you get a lot of DPS out of buffing up a big wave like that, just letting them attack the turret. But mid is almost down already, and they are able to claim it everywhere. Team Liquid are losing structures.
Yeah, the turret drops once again. Envy putting some pressure onto the next inhibitor turret in that top lane. I feel like we saw a bit of this last game as Envy look to break it down. Seraph has got enough damage. Ooh. Oh, FeniX actually hops in.
Lag.
Yeah.
Whoops. Yeah, I was about to talk about, oh yeah, Seraph, he's also got that elixir. Looks pretty, anyways, it's a full burst there on FeniX, and nobody even gets excited for the kill.
Yeah, Team Liquid look like they're just giving this up as their entire map is falling apart. There goes the Stranglethorns, not going to quite separate the fight enough. That's 2 inhibitors down. Seraph is working on the 3rd. This is a huge Baron power play for Envy, and they found Piglet. He's dead too. They might just try to end the game right here. Moon gets caught and drops the respite. Envy are not satisfied with just the inhibs. They want the Nexus. That's another 2 kills. Lourlo is the only one alive, and Envy are looking to win the game right here and right now.
Dominating performance from Envy. They do lose a couple members at the end, but they should be able to finish it with the help of the minions. And they do claim their 2nd series victory